Hi, I'm Amberly. Welcome back to Real Florida Magazine. Today is your opportunity to find out more about our local area.
Welcome back here in downtown Chipley, still at Chipley Flea Market Days. Just a couple blocks off of Railroad Avenue. Here, just a couple blocks in the other direction off of Main Street or Highway 77. Here now with Bob Devlin. We interviewed his wife Irene a few minutes ago. Bob, your wife and I kind of discussed the impact that this has on the area. Typically a Saturday is dead in Chipley after the morning rush or by noon anyway. And we're seeing a lot of traffic driven by this. Here on a Friday now, I would dare say you're seeing more traffic on the street than you typically do. Would that be correct?
That's correct, yes. I think with the sales and everything, it brings a lot of people in, and I think that's what the town really needs to see what Chipley is really all about, and I think it's great for the community.
Well, you know, not everybody embraces that. Some of the businesses on Railroad Avenue this morning, in observing some of the folks and with businesses, were complaining that Railroad Avenue was going to be closed off. But, you know, sometimes you have to give that little bit. And to me, the win was driving several thousand people to downtown Chipley. Most of those who were going to see that very business that was complaining about the road being closed off. So at the end of the day, so often people complain that there's not enough parking in downtown Chipley. But that's because they want to park right in front of a business. We go to Walmart and park a quarter-mile away from Walmart and gladly walk.
That's true.
And yet we won't walk a block or two in downtown Chipley. And that's sort of my pet peeve. You're doing pretty well here, it looks like. You've got at least a lot of lookers. Hopefully that translates to dollars. Looks like you're getting rid of a lot of tools and a lot of stuff that you've probably make use of over the years. Give me an idea of the variety of stuff you're selling out here today.
Well, mainly like a lot of horse, I guess, saddle tack and wire. A lot of my tools that I used to use. And she has a lot of her furniture she's trying to sell, and it's just downsize. That's the main thing.
Yeah, and it's kind of bittersweet. Nobody likes to sell their stuff. The reason you got it to begin with is because you liked it, and now you've lived with it for years. But it sounds like you're moving on to another chapter in your life.
Oh yes, we're retired, and it's about time to get rid of all our treasures. And we're moving on, so I think it's best to get rid of everything. So, you know, we're not carrying it with us and carrying the extra weight.
Well, let me tell you personally that just in the few minutes I've known you and your wife, I hate to see you go. You're very positive, upbeat people, great personalities, and more importantly, you're obviously good spokespersons for the area, both of you expressing the fact that you love Chipley, you love Washington County.
Definitely, definitely. It's been a great experience, and the people are wonderful in this area, and they're very helpful, and especially Barbara Jane. You know, she's a very good person, you know. And she does a lot for the community, and we're going to miss her, you know, a lot.
Well, the Washington County Tourist Development Council gives a monetary grant for the advertising for most of the special events in the county, and this was one of them. They gave us $1,500 with which we bought TV commercials, print advertising, and online vehicles with which to express the fact that this was happening this weekend. Their whole effort being trying to drive more people to Washington County. Now that said, and people coming for the sales is great. I would dare say there's no better ancillary effect from this than somebody like yourself expressing how you feel about the people here and about the area.
I think once they get here, they see what the community really is all about. I think they really enjoy it. And that's the problem. People don't venture out and see what other communities are. And I think once they get here, they're going to realize that this is a real good community.
Well, unfortunately, there are a group of people out there, the ones we call the Ginnets. They're, again, most anything that's different, and nobody likes change. We understand that. It's an emotional issue, but, you know, change happens. Vernon just recently tore down a bunch of what they're calling their historic district. Probably most of it needed to be torn down, frankly, but nonetheless, it happened. It's nothing you can do about it. Why not embrace that change? Chipley has been lucky. They have embraced much of the change that has been going on. We just underwent a week's worth of construction on the railroad track just just a block and a half, 2 blocks from your home.
That's true.
Or I beg your pardon, from Barbara James's home. And it was noisy and it was dusty, but you know what? It meant that things were going to be better afterwards, and yet some people still have to complain about something they can't do anything about. I like you guys. You and Irene both. You seem like very upbeat, very positive people. We miss you already, and not having even met you before today. So thanks for taking the time to speak with us today.
Great.
And the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Going forward. And we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. It looks like it's going to be a good day for you anyway. And you're driving people by signage here to your home where you're selling a lot of your other stuff. Where is that located?
It's 1442 Wolf Bay Road. And we're having a sale tomorrow also there, and I hope people come out and purchase some of the stuff that we want to get rid of.
Now, if people aren't aware of the Chipley area, can you give directions on how to get there?
Well, you can go by Old Bonifay Road to Cope Road and take about 2.5 miles, and on your right-hand side would be Wolf Bay Road, and you just go down there and you see the signs and come on down.
Well, we will be putting this up online today, so hopefully a lot of people will see this. Once again, here with Bob and Irene. It's a wonderful day in Chipley. It's a little bit overcast, but the people are great, and just another example via Bob and Irene of the kind of folks that we have here, that we enjoy here, that are great spokespersons for all of the amenities, all of what we offer here, and what we call the real Florida, this pristine, unspoiled part of Florida. And we're going to be here for the rest of the day, enjoying some of the vendors, some of the visitors. Hopefully we're going to have an opportunity to talk to some of the people who were driven here by the advertising. Already had a chance to speak to a couple of people that have stopped here as your buyers today. All great people, all just out for having a good time. Yeah. Have you ever been in the flea market business before?
A couple times we're selling Amish furniture and quilts and everything, and that was a really experience because we enjoyed working with the Amish, and they're good people, and we want to go back and live with them. Not on their farms, but nearby them.
Yeah, you're not going to embrace all of their philosophies. You're going to have power.
No, definitely. We're just, I like the way they do things, and you can look back in the way things used to be, and that's kind of neat because today you can't do that.
Well, and again, that was one of the things that attracted my wife and I to this area, is that it is a very historic area. Right. Some of the oldest buildings in the area are located right here in Chipley. That are still in decent enough repair to be able to be used. Building we're in is almost 110 years old. Wow. That's pretty phenomenal. Not a lot. I'm from Boston originally, so 200- or 300-year-old stuff up there is not very unusual. But here, right, a 100-year-old building is not a typical building. No,
it's not. It's they're well built, and you can see how things were done back then, and that's what I like about it. You can look at the past, and then you can look in the future.
And if we don't learn from our history, we're burdened to be able to repeat it.
But we have to learn.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem. We don't take time. And we need to take time because life is too short.
Well, I wish I had had the opportunity over the last 10 years since we've been up here in Washington County to have met your acquaintance. Seemed like a real great guy, and we appreciate, again, you taking the time, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you very much.
We're here right now at Chipley Flea Market Days in downtown Chipley, Florida. I've just spoken to Bob and Irene. Unfortunately, they're leaving the area. But if you're interested in having a pristine, unspoiled lifestyle, and yet close enough to Tallahassee, Pensacola, Dothan, Panama City, and the world's most beautiful beaches, to be able to enjoy those and yet have a relaxed lifestyle, check out Chipley in Washington County, all of this area. Just a wonderful place to live. You're watching Real Florida Magazine, and we will be right back.